Angelo, after the experience of a month or two, I mean, how do you sort of think your boys are playing at this small scale?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't panicked. It's just one game. We didn't play well. We batted well, but we didn't bowl and field well. So we know that, and that was our downfall in Hambantota. But we look to get that right this time. And Mile is obviously back, and yeah, we look forward to compete tomorrow and win the game.
Apart from Mile, is there any other changes?
Not really. We still haven't decided on the final combination. The wicket looks good, right? So we might have to think about playing another spinner or going on the same combination. We've added Lakshan Sandlagan, who is a mystery bowler with a left-arm Chinaman. He's also in the running for a place, but I think we don't need to panic. We just have to take this game very seriously, try and do our best and play positive cricket.
You have to go to the history. Something that you might associate with the World Cup?
Definitely. I mean, he's one of our options as well. No one has seen him yet, but he looks a very good prospect for Sri Lanka. He's got so many variations of his own, and he lands it in the right spot. His accuracy is quite good for his age. So they're not afraid to give the opportunity.
Is it a case of you had playing him in mind and just waited till the last moment until you came up?
He was in the system, but he hasn't played that many games in first class arena. But we thought that he has some kind of misfeeling, and we didn't actually wait till the last moment, but we will actually wait for the right time, and that can be the last moment as well. I think, but he's a very good. He looks a brilliant prospect for Sri Lanka.
Angelo, anyway, he had a bad game during the local match yesterday. So what do you think about performance and looking forward to tomorrow's match?
Yeah, I think he's still raw. He's inexperienced, and you can't judge a player from one game. But we've looked at him seriously in the past few months, and he looks a very good prospect. But I think from the previous first class game, you can't really judge him. But he looks a very good bowler.
You spoke about the wicket being dry and I'm sure spinner coming in and speak about the mystery of this guy. Does it mean that he's almost certain of the game?
It's not a certainty, but he's a contender for tomorrow's game. But we might use him, we might not use him. At the same time, as I said before, we don't need to panic. Just because of one game, the bowlers won't be bad bowlers, and they've done the job for us in the first couple of games. So we need to have faith in them as well.
Andrew? Angelo, in the Indian tour, they sort of kept the pressure on you right throughout the series. You've seen maybe the fielding standards drop from the Sri Lankan team in the last match. Is there a lesson in sort of ruthlessness that you can learn from what you went through last month?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as I said before, the start of third ODI, we can't be complacent against the English team. We know that we've won a couple of games, but going into the third game, I said to the boys that we can't be complacent. They were about to come back hard, and they did exactly that in the third ODI. So we need to expect a huge challenge in the next game as well. So we can't let our standards drop. We need to focus on our standards, maintain high standards, and keep improving game by game.
And Kusal is being fading in top matters. And do you have any options to have another opening batsman and experimentally?
Yeah, we have a couple of options. But Kusal is a unique player, and if he gets going, I mean, he batted really well in the first game. It was not his natural game in the first game. He tried to hang in there in the first few overs, and then took off after that. But I think he's a unique player, and if he gets going, he gets a really good start for us. So we want to give him a couple of opportunities, see if he goes good. If he's he's worked really hard at the nets, and we trust him in, and we have faith in him that he will deliver.
Angelo, you ran into Josh Butler last summer at Lords and saw what he was capable of. This time you managed to get England over the line. What do you make of his ability and just how dangerous a batsman is he?
Yeah, he's a very dangerous player. I mean, he's one of those players who can score all around the park, and he's got the shots, and he can. He's one of the players who's very difficult to bowl at the end, especially with his paddle sweeps, river sweeps, and all that. He's got everything, and we need to get rid of him as soon as possible when he comes in the bat, because he's a player who can change the game.
Do you, as a captain, when he is in full flow, do you kind of wish you had more fielders? Do you kind of feel like you can't, the ground's too small to hold him? It's almost like he's unstoppable, but just the forces with him.
Yeah, with these rules, I mean, it's quite difficult for bowlers. I mean, guys like AB, guys like Josh Butler, they have a wide range of shots, and with these restrictions, and bowlers are finding it tough. You need to execute your plans well, and I think as bowlers you need to improve, go that take that one step ahead and think out of the box and try and get him out.
Right. Angelo, till Natanda we hadn't played ODI in 4 years. You're traveling to the series, played in and dropped after just one game. Can you just tell us the process behind him coming in and out of the side?
Yeah, we were looking at a middle order batsman, and we thought Panda was the right option for us to try and bat those 30-35 overs, try and take the game through. But we felt that with his fielding, we can't really afford to play him in the team. And I know it's unfortunate, you can't really judge a player by one game, but I think we are running into a World Cup and we need to keep our standards high, fielding, batting and bowling. I think it's unfortunate that we won't be able to give any opportunities to him.
You have started to the side in the middle order. There are a couple of problems in the opening slot. Do you think of the chance of perhaps Miles moving up to open back with Disha?
Yeah, still the option is open. We just don't want to take that chance at the moment. We want to try and give Kusal the opportunity, because we've got Sangha, Mahela, myself, Tiriman, got used to those roles, so we don't want to change quite a lot in those areas. But I think definitely we have that options open.
Andrew, would you consider Kusal bats at number 3 and 4 for his domestic teams? Would you consider him moving down the order? Is that something you think about?
Yeah, he's one of those guys who can bat from number 1 to number 7, and that's why we are having faith in him, because we know that he can change the game, and that's why we keep giving him opportunities to try and get that spot, try and be fixed in that opening slot. So we will consider that as well. We have, as I said before, we have all the options.
Actually, we saw Lasith Malinga bowling in the nets this morning. That's very much the start of his kind of comeback from surgery. How did he go today?
Yeah, of course. I mean, he's been training quite hard in the gym, so doing a bit of running, and he started bowling recently. So that is good news for all of us. We know what kind of a bowler he is, and he's the best death bowler in the world. So it'll be nice to have him as soon as possible.
Was that his first net this morning, just to clarify? Was that the first time he kind of turned his arm over today?
No, he had a few sessions before that, but he's still bowling in the short runner.
දැන් අජන්ත මෙන්ඩිස් දිගින් දිගටම අපි පාවිච්චි කරනවා. නමුත් අපි ලොකු දෙයක් දකින්නේ නැහැ. ඒ දිල්රුවන් කරනවා කණ්ඩායමට ගෙනල්ලා එළිය තියාගෙන ඉන්නේ අජන්ත මෙන්ඩිස්ට අවස්ථාවදී
අපිට අපේ කම්බිනේෂන් එකේ පොඩි ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා. මොකද අපිට ලසිත් මාලිංගන් වන් ක්‍රොසේකර any fast bowlers and then Dhammika Prasad හුඟක් තරම් ප්‍රමාණයක් ක්‍රීඩා කරලා නැහැ. ඉතින් අපිට අපේ ස්ට්‍රෙන්ත් එක ඇවිල්ලා ස්පෙෂලි මේ රටේ ක්‍රීඩා කරනකොට අපේ ස්ට්‍රෙන්ත් එක ඇවිල්ලා ස්පීඩ් එක. ඉතින් ස්පෙෂලි අන්තිම ඕවර්ස් බෝල් කරනකොට එතන ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා අපිට. ඉතින් ඒක හොඳටම බෝල් කරන්නේ මෙන්ඩිස් මම දන්නවා ගිය තරගයේදී අසාර්ථක වුණා. නමුත් පළවෙනි සහ දෙවෙනි තරඟ දැක්කොත් ඔහු තමයි දැන් කඩලු පහක් පමණ පවලා ඒ මැච් දෙක ලබා ගත්තා. ඉතින් අන්තිම ඕවර්ස් වල ස්පෙෂලි මෙන්ඩිස් වගේ කෙනෙක් ඉන්න එකෙන් අපිට රංගනත් එක්ක අපේ ස්පින් එක ස්ට්‍රෙන්ත් එක හින්දා අපි මෙන්ඩිස් යූස් කරන්නේ ඒ බැටිං පවර් ප්ලේයර්ස් අන්තිම ඕවර්ස් වල.
ඊළඟ තරගයේ වෙනස්කම් මොනවද කරලා තියෙන්නේ? පිටිකමන් නිසා මොනවද?
වෙනස් මේ තරගයේ ක්‍රීඩා කරන 11 දෙනා තාම අපි තීරණය කළා නැහැ. අපි අද හවසේ තමයි තීරණය ගන්නෙ. මොකද අපි මම හිතන්නේ ලොකු වෙනස්කම් තියෙයි කියලා මේ තරගයේදී. නමුත් අපි හැමතිස්සෙම අපේ ඔප්ෂන්ස් ඕපන් තියාගන්නවා. අපි හොඳින් ක්‍රීඩා කරන තමයි මම හිතන්නේ කවුරු ගැව්වත් හොඳින් ක්‍රීඩා කරන මේ තරගයේ ජය ගන්න ඕනේ. Last one.
England are obviously missing Alistair for this match. Do you think he sense that might make them a bit more vulnerable?
No, I mean, I assume Yelgirl might, coming to the team, and he's also, equally good as Alistair. So we can't, as I keep saying, we can't be complacent. We can't be thinking of one certain player or one certain bowler. They have good 7 batters and they have a good bowling lineup. So we can't take the foot off gas, and we need to try and be ruthless when it comes to playing, and our approach should be the same as the first two.
But not having the captain could be disruptive on the regular captain. Could be disruptive for them not having their regular captain.
Can't really say. I mean, it depends on the team, but Alice has been leading the team quite well. So there might be a difference with that, but I think from the opposition point of view, we can't be bothered if the captain plays or not. We just have to go out there and try and be ruthless.
Sorry, as your team sort of got more strategy about stop moving away from hitting so many sixes.
Look, it's quite hard. I mean, Moeen Ali takes a lot of risk and it paid off for him. And he's one of those players who likes to go after the bowling. And I think you have to get him out. You have to attack him early on and try and get his wicket. We can't be trying to bowl dot balls at it, because he eventually hits one out of the park. So we want to try and attack him early on and try and get his wicket.
Thank you. I mean, you managed to get him only once. I mean, other 2 occasions here we managed to beat good scores. I mean, is there any way that you have sort of plan to stop copying beating so many times?
We tried a few things in the last few games, but he hits the good balls also out of the park, and it was unfortunate from our point of view. And at the same time, we gave him a lot of loose balls. So when a batsman is attacking, you tend to give more loose balls. You tend to be a bit more nervous. But I think we've got to get that right and try to attack him early on.
Thank you, gentlemen.